Hi, my name is John Dean. In today's video, I want to give you a few tips and tricks that may help you when filming your ads and your videos for your online content whilst on a low budget. These are fundamentals when starting to create videos. Now, because I've got a lot to say, I'm going to split these videos up into two parts. A little disclaimer before we get started. I'm going to be mentioning a variety of brands in this video who I use to answer a few problems for me when it comes to video. I want to let you know that I'm in no way sponsored by anyone, far too small for that to be honest, and links to everything that I mentioned will be in the description in this video. Currently I won't earn anything from these links. They aren't even affiliate links yet. This channel is all about helping you find work freedom by harnessing the power of the internet to help you make money and in time become financially free to do the things that you want to do. And in order to do that, you're going to need some video skills. So this channel is dedicated to help you in that department too. If you're new around here, why not consider smashing that like and the subscribe button if you get some value out of what you're watching. And especially if you don't want to miss the second part of this video, which will come out sometime soon, remember to hit that notification bell when you click the subscribe button. Anyway guys, thanks ever so much for watching this video. Let's dive in. Tip 1, lighting. Make sure you have some good lighting. The cheapest way to do that, believe it or not, is to face the window. It seems simple, doesn't it? But window light is great because it's naturally diffused. It's not harsh. If you stand outside in the open sunlight to shoot a video, that light, whilst it's bright, is very harsh and not very flattering on the face. Whilst I love to have a big budget to spend on gear, I don't unfortunately, and I suspect you don't either. So in addition to depending on light from the window, I have these LED lights made by a company called Neewer, which I've had for years, and they're only like £22 from Amazon and pack a punch for the price. Ultimately though, it's best to throw as much money as in all these areas as possible. And if you're going to do things professionally, you want something like the Aputure 120D or the Aputure 300D with a light dome and a softbox to really give you your best lighting. GoDogs also make a professional light setup too, which also compete with the Aputure light setup. But if you're like me and you're trying to save a quid or two, I'd recommend starting first with a window light, which obviously if you've got net curtains, that's best because it diffuses the light. And I would recommend LED lights from Neewer. They also make some larger panels too, so I would also recommend researching into those. But definitely down the line, I would plan to invest in something a bit more higher priced in order to get more value out of them. LED is definitely the way to go though. In the past I've used halogen lights and they get really hot and you can often end up finding yourself getting burnt because they're so hot, especially if you're trying to move them around. It's worth noting there's a principle called 3-point lighting, which basically means you want 3 lights to light your setup. I won't go into it in this video, but it's definitely worth researching. There's a ton of videos on YouTube about it. I haven't made one yet. If you want me to, let me know in the comments. Tip number 2, audio. Now you might be thinking, wait a sec, why haven't you talked about video yet? Well, believe it or not, it's way more important to have great audio than video. If there's hisses, hums and crackles, or if your viewer can't even hear you at all, that's way more serious than poor video quality. People often ask, what's the best mic to use? I need to buy a mic, what one should I buy? There's so many out there. Well, the honest truth is that most smartphone mics aren't too bad these days, and it's best to start there as opposed to waiting to start at all if you haven't got the cash to spend on a mic. But that being said, it is best to purchase a mic. Now it depends on your setup, but a company called Rode make mics that are excellent and are used by people in video production globally. including loads of professional videographers. They make a variety of great value options, so let's take a look at a few. Firstly, you've got something called the SmartLav Plus, which comes in at around £50 on Amazon, give or take a few pound. This can be used to connect to your phone and record audio on there. Now, in my research, I couldn't find out whether you can record audio and video at the same time with this. But I did find that Rode recommend filming with a secondary device and recording the audio only using their app on your phone. Let me know in the comments if you know the answer to this. So I guess to do that you need a means of filming and also your phone to record the audio. So unless you have two phones to hand, you need a camera and a phone if you're going to buy that option. The next best option if you're just starting out is the Rode Videomicro. Again, this produces a great quality sound and comes with a dead cat for use outside in the wind. This is a steal at just 43 quid on Amazon at the time of this video. It's compact and produces a great sound. However, make sure that you're in front of this mic and close to it, as it's a directional mic, picking up audio in front of it best. This is great for plugging into the side of a camera, if your camera has an external mic input that is. But you can purchase an additional converter from Rode to plug this into your phone. I haven't done this myself, but we'll link a short video explaining how. Check it out in the description. There's also a great competitor to this microphone, made by a company called Deity. This one is similar to the Rode mic, but better because it actually has a mic at the front and at the back. It's really useful if you're into vlogging and you're talking behind the camera. I'll leave a link to that in the description. It is double the price, mind you, but probably worth it if you're vlogging. Next is the Rode Wireless Go, which actually I've got. These are great as a wireless option and can clip into your clothes. If you're going to be talking further away from the camera, these are ideal. I'm using it right now actually. A little more pricey, but super versatile. You can clip them onto your t-shirt. You can also plug in a lapel mic for even better quality. There are cheaper options and I'll link one below. I used one for a while that was about £30 and it wasn't too bad. It was just a long wire came with it. These ones though are completely wireless and brilliant sounding. Again, made by Rode, so you can bank your money on quality. I think though, if you're just starting out, I'd recommend the Rode Videomicro, especially if you're on a low budget, because at £43 you're getting a lot for your money. Remember though, you need an external mic input on your camera to use one of these, or you need to purchase the additional phone connector. But it's seriously great value and will lift the quality of your audio if you're just starting out. Especially as you can use it outside in the wind with the dead cat that comes with it. These can be fairly costly on your own, so it's excellent value actually. Next is camera advice. Obviously you need to get a good camera. If you have a semi-decent smartphone, definitely start there. Make sure you throw enough light on where you're shooting and get good audio and you should be fine. One big mistake people make though is to shoot with the phone vertically. It's fine for use on some social media platforms, but otherwise you should be shooting horizontally. If you have some money to throw at a camera, I'd recommend the Sony ZV-1. It has a ton of powerful features, perfect for creating videos online. Check out the shockingly huge number of video reviews on the camera on YouTube. Bear in mind you can't change the lenses on this camera, but in short it's got everything you need to produce some great quality videos, basically out of the box. It comes in at £700 though, but for what it has to offer, that's amazing value. Another good option is the CANON M50, which is very good and does allow you to change lenses. The camera body itself is cheaper than the Sony ZV-1, however you'll be ending up paying more for the lenses. Try not to invest in a very cheap camera, it's best to get something decent. If the £700 range is a bit out of budget, other cheaper but still great cameras include GoPros, the DJI Osmo line, including the Action camera and the Osmo Pocket, allowing you to stabilise your footage on the go, and the Insta350 camera. All these come in under £400 and in some cases under £300. It's worth getting a fairly recent model though to future-proof yourself in terms of quality. However, any of those are a good place to start if you want something more than your phone. Make sure though that you plug in an external mic when researching these cameras. I would also recommend watching a good few videos on a camera before you actually make a purchase. That being said, I know quite a bit about these cameras, so if you do have any questions, I might well be able to help you. So please do drop a comment below or drop me a message and I will be happy to do my best to answer any questions you've got. Next, we're talking hard drive space. Now, if you're going to be creating video, you'll find that your computer hard drive fills up pretty quickly. Now, for big storage requirements, something like a NAS drive or a RAID setup is the best way to go, especially if you're doing video professionally. However, if you're just starting out, then you will want to use external hard drives. Now, I used to use spin-up hard drives, but the problem is with these, they're pretty fragile really, and if you move them whilst active, they might get damaged and you run the risk of losing absolutely everything on the drive. Nowadays I use SSD drives, which are pretty robust and they don't have any moving parts in them, so in effect there's less chance of you losing your data. Now, to save me some cash as opposed to getting an external SSD drive, which can be quite costly, I decided to get some internal SSD drives and purchase an additional SATA 3 connector. Now, if that doesn't mean anything to you, don't worry, I'll put a link in the description and you can see what I mean. But basically, the internal drives are a lot cheaper than the external drives. It's definitely your cheapest SSD option and it's a great way to protect yourself against data loss. Well, thanks ever so much for watching this video, guys. That's the end of part 1. Hope you found this video really helpful. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you go ahead and hit the like button, or if you really did hate it, please hit the dislike button and also let me know why you disliked it so much. That would be appreciated. But if you did like it and you want to keep informed as to when I'm going to release the part 2 of this video, then please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell in YouTube, and that will send you a notification straight to your phone as soon as I release part 2 of this series. Take care, guys. Thanks ever so much for watching. Bye for now.